Awesome. Um, no, I think I was saying before that we were talking about as far as relationships. Just want to jump right into it before we begin. I'm Max Man. I think y'all already knew it though. Introduce
Okay.
yourself.
But whole name, like
No, old man.
I'm
Old
Ray
man.
Pridgeon. I'm a nurse and I'm here.
Nurse. Shout out to all the nurses.
Jordan Tolbert, catch you on the rebound, mental health advocate, pro athlete.
What does he not do, man? So, like I said before, when we were jumping into it, as far as relationships, the state of relationships in 2021, what would y'all say y'all's perspective on it would be? I think we should let the lady go first. Everybody's here since lady anyway.
So my first thought when we talk about relationships in 2021, I think about the way social media affects relationships. Even getting into a relationship, I remember seeing something a little while ago that talked about how because social media makes us often more connected, that it appears that we have greater choice than we actually do. And having too much choice is almost like having like too much freedom. It's not like conducive to relationships. Like you really, I at this point I'm 30, and so over the years I've just seen, first off, keep your relationship off social media. I'm a big advocate of that. That's a huge thing. Because I just think social media can have a negative impact on just our ability to like be realistic about what's going on. You know, one of the things that we've gotten into lately is this thing where everybody drops these little tidbits or these statuses that are kind of like, feel like this broad brush type thing, but it does not apply. Relationships are so like nuanced and individual. I don't think that social media is just the healthiest place to like have a relationship or to go to for a relationship advice.
Ray say stop all the flexing, y'all making her jealous. That's the thing. No, but I mean, I feel like me personally, as far as relationships in 2021, I think relationships in 2021 ain't different from relationships in 1921 or in 1821. It's just a camera being able to be put on people's behavior and people's mindsets. My thing as far as relationships would be, you got your beautiful relationships, you got some damn that's fucked up relationships, and then you got some we getting there but we not there relationships. The thing about it that I think that I noticed in 2021 is the smiles on camera. I think the smiles on camera, as far as putting on like this what's the
Facade.
I wouldn't even say facade. It was the white picket fence. You know what I'm saying? Everything's cool, everything's peachy. But at the crib, I'm arguing with you because you brushing, you know,
So you're saying like people like portraying their relationship to be better than it actually is.
Yeah.
That's true. I mean, to me, like, I agree with what you said. I think you should keep your relationship off of social media.
Yeah.
I feel like I feel like social media is just, it's like, okay, once I put our relationship on social media, now it's like legit. Mm-hmm. And now we have to like hold ourselves accountable to all these different
slave to that damn image, right?
Standards and things like that. But I do agree, like a lot of things like they're better if you like kind of keep them private. You know what I'm saying?
I remember years ago my therapist saying social media is like the highlight reel and we don't get to see what's like behind the scenes. And if you're just looking at somebody's highlight reel all day, what you are doing, because mentally you know your everything, the edits, the rough parts, everything. But mentally you're comparing yourself and your situation to somebody else's highlight reel. True. And that can be damaging in itself.
Yeah.
Which I think we all catch ourselves doing from time to time.
All the time.
I mean, who don't want to keep up with the Joneses, man? Everybody want to look nice. But I think the only thing now to really say is that there's always better. I think we can always be better. But the purpose of our relationships is you come to give. You know, you come to give your abundance, your happiness, your joy. Like, do y'all feel like people get in relationships looking for happiness and joy? I think so.
I think not. I don't know how
What's
you
up,
feel
Tom?
from a female's perspective.
I think people do. I mean, a lot of times, I think just depending on your background, like the way you were brought up, we kind of had this like, I think especially as women, sometimes we can have this like Disney princess, like fairy tale ideal of how a relationship's supposed to go, and like this prince sweeping you off your feet and stuff like that. So I think you definitely can get caught up in that, at least when you're younger in age. And I keep saying this because just the way I feel at 20 is completely different from the way that I feel at 30.
Explain it.
And, well, I think I have a much more realistic view of how relationships have to go, about what they take, about what their purpose is in your life, and about how important it is to be like an individual, like to have your own life and your own thing going, and not go to a relationship looking for like to be completed. It's okay to have a relationship, to desire a fulfilling relationship, but it's the source of your fulfillment, but it's not your sole source of fulfillment. And I think that's probably the biggest difference for me, is that at 20 it was probably like the sole source, versus now it's like I also need fulfilling friendships, I also need a fulfilling career, I also need to feel fulfilled within me, not just in my relationship.
She got her own house. She got her own car.
I'm getting therapy now. Take me out of this notebook in a minute.
Yo, that's beautiful. Like, I think what you just said, honestly, by just coming and then bringing what you have to the plate and expecting somebody to bring their wholeness to the plate, so you two can build together and bring each other to a destination of wholeness, love, and fulfillment. That's beautiful. I think a lot of people, man, get caught up, stuck on the titty, or stuck on daddy issues when they get in relationships, and we gotta call it like it is.
Well, you mean like explain?
A lot of guys, man, including myself at one time,
Right.
we go to relationships from the first relationship that we have,
Okay.
which is with our parents, and if we have the lack thereof, we go to the relationship looking for that bond. Is that true? Y'all think it's true?
To our parents?
We go from that first relationship from our parents to that relationship with the spouse or the significant other, and we kind of reenact out what happened or what didn't happen in that relationship. Would y'all say so?
Mm-hmm. So if you're, especially if you're unaware of it, like you, and that's another thing in the age difference for me, is that if you were unaware of like, yo, I got these deep daddy issues, sometimes you don't realize that until you actually in a situation that brings it about.
Yeah.
I think relationships are going to be a place where those issues can get triggered, those things can get brought back up. You may not even realize you have certain issues until you're actually in the relationship. And it is true to think of like you reenact your earliest connections, like your earliest connection to a male figure, your earliest connection to a female figure. You are going to get into a relationship and reenact that, especially if you are like unaware of what you're doing.
So